I don't believe it.
It was all I could get back. I'm sorry it's not as much as I promised.
No, this is great. I don't have to start from scratch now.
Hey there, quirky folks. I am your host, Anna, and today I'm going to look a little deeper into a realm that floats on a sea of space. 2011's Thor was the first time the MCU introduced us to aliens and gods. But even with the arrival of Asgard, Marvel tried to ground it in reality. That's what they try to do with everything, as they literally try to give a scientifically believable explanation for all their outlandish ideas. And they did the same with Asgard. Gods just became regular people from other realms, and magic was termed as science that humans couldn't comprehend just yet.
Your ancestors called it magic, and you call it science. Well, I come from a place where they're one and the same thing.
But just the physics of Asgard seems quite fascinating. It is obviously fictional, but instead of a round planet-like structure, it was flat. It is what flat earthers believe Earth would be like. But still, Asgard seems quite heavenly, and its gravitational pull is not just at the center. It is consistent across the flat surface right up to the edges on the top and bottom. Speaking of the bottom, it really seems to be a totally rocky and hilly surface, and the top halves of these gigantic mountains are crystallized. So even though the entire bottom half of Asgard is much bigger than the top half and has a gravitational pull, it seems to be completely uninhabitable because it doesn't have water and other resources. The top half, on the other hand, has no shortage of resources. So it has been habitable for thousands of years. But the question that people mostly ask is, why Asgard is flat and not a round planet like others? Well, the answer of this question is quite simple, to be honest. Instead of your typical round planet-like structure, Asgard has been fictionally designed as a flat, asteroid-like mass. Let me further describe what this realm does. Because it is not round, it does not spin on its axis, and it also does not revolve around a star. It is a flat landmass suspended in space. And because of a gravitational pull that's quite similar to that of Earth, the top surface remains habitable, keeping the citizens and their cities from floating into the void of space. At the edges of Asgard's landmass on the top, a being or object can fall into a void. We've seen its water flow towards the edges and fall into space from there on. But some unknown force apparently keeps the edges themselves from eroding. The same force also prevents the bodies of water along Asgard's boundaries from pouring into the void. And it also prevents Asgard's atmosphere from escaping. Because Asgard is a magical realm, this unknown force keeping Asgard afloat and stationary could also be related to mystical energy. Another fascinating fact about this realm is that despite not revolving around a star, it does have intervals of day and night. So it is still getting its light and energy from an object or force that functions as a sun. If you look at this left end of the image, you can see that Asgard is getting more light on this area. So clearly, there's something that's working like a sun. And it keeps the whole realm lit during the day. Since Asgard doesn't revolve around a sun but has night as well, maybe this sun-like object gets displaced and then comes back to its former place near Asgard to give the realm its days and nights. I wish we could have explored Asgard a little more in the MCU before its foundations were destroyed.
Those foundations are gone, sorry.
But anyway, that's all for now. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you learned something new today.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
And don't forget to check out some more fun content on our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!